Hi, I'm Liam. We're at Midsummer House. I'm going to be taking you through 2 new dishes on the menu. So it's a seasonal crab dish and a seasonal venison dish.
I'm Daniel Clifford from Midsummer House restaurant in Cambridge. Never been a Michelin starred restaurant in Cambridge. That was the idea, is to get a star in Cambridge. And in 2004 we got our 2nd star, so yeah, we've done it. I'm not looking at this to make loads and loads of money. I'm looking at this to watch the youth of today that are passionate cooks that want to be me in the future. And that's what drives me at the moment.
Check on 2 weekday lunch, 1 veggie. Yeah. So it's going to be 2 bread, 1 liver, 1 egg, 1 venison, 1 tart, yeah? Let's go canapes with that.
Liam changed the atmosphere in the kitchen, which is amazing. His passion, his drive, his want to succeed, and his understanding of me and Midsummer House. It's a perfect match.
The first part of the dish, so I basically have, we keep all the scallop mussels from the scallops that we use, and it makes a really nice mousse. It's really nice, gives you a really tight, stiff mousse, allows you to get some different flavourings into it. So basically we do half scallop mussels, half past brown crab, and we do a brown crab reduction as well. So it's really important that the mousse is stone cold. So what I do, I weigh everything out onto ice first and let it sit on ice for at least 10 minutes. So all the product's stone cold before I start to blend it. So that's the mussels, the brown crab, the reduction. We then make a cornstarch slurry. So it's just literally water and cornstarch. And then this is the salt and the dashi powders and a little bit of MSG as well, just to give it that nice Moorish sort of salty flavour. That's all I'll do now. Let that sit for 10 minutes and then I'm going to blend it. We finish it with a hache of scallion, or should I say spring onion, clementine zest and garlic and ginger. A decent amount of clementine zest. So that's the mousse now done. So basically all we need to do now is break down the crabs. We keep all the head meat from the crab, so the claws will be on the bowl, on the actual plated dish, but the head meats from the crab will go folded through the mousse, and that's going to stuff the toast. So the crabs have obviously been steamed, we've iced them down. We don't leave them sat in the ice for very long. There's a lot of moisture comes off the crab, but it's just because it's been cooked really nicely. So this is all the head meat, so I keep the claw meat and the head meat separate. So I go through the head meat a little bit more closely, just to make sure there's no little shards or anything like that. So then this will get folded through the mousse, ready to stuff the toast. And obviously the claw will keep to one side, ready for the salad that's going to be on the plate. This is the brioche for the fried toast. The reason I cut it out is because you already have a nice shape starting to, so it helps with the rise. So when I prove them inside the tubes, they just come straight up. So I'll prove these for roughly 3 hours, then I'll steam them, fridge them down, and then we'll deep fry them for the toast. So I've just literally lifted these out of the steamer. So it's really important that we do this whilst they're warm, so that the butter's nice and loose and it doesn't set on the side. I'll fridge these up later, so they'll go to a nice size. I'll portion them down to exactly the size I want them, then deep fry them, and then we will stuff them later with the crab mousse. And then we literally put it in the deep fat fryer, just like a fried bread. And then all I want is like a perfect brown colour on these. And then we're going to fill it liberally with the crab mousse, and then that gets baked in the oven for service. So we'll just flash it through the oven for 4 minutes. This is a really aromatic crab stock that we make, so it's the same one that we use for the sauce. All I'm going to do is put into that the dashi powder and the salt and the sugar. Then I have milk and cream already weighed out. I'm just going to add that with egg yolks and eggs, whole eggs. And basically I'm going to hand blend it all together, and then that'll be set ready for our custard to be steamed for later on. This is a brown crab puree basically. Should be really nice and smooth, just like that. So this is all the peel from the clementines. So I've literally just diced this up, really, really fine. So we fold a little bit of that through the puree. I'm literally going to put 2 grams into the bottom, and then we take the custard itself. We do 18 grams. Literally just take the bubbles off. So these are going to go into an 88 degree steamer. We're going to steam them for 12 minutes, fan free, 88 degrees, until they're just cooked. So this is just clementine juice, a little bit of ascorbic acid, put a little bit of the timu pepper inside with a percentage of veggie gel, or jellificant, which is a Salter product. So once the custards are all set and cooked, we just literally, whilst they're still warm, we take a little bit of, take the cling film off of them. You very lightly just put a little bit of the jelly on top. So once they're jellied, we let the jelly set. That allows us to then regenerate them, but the jelly won't melt. That's why we use veggie gel. And then that's that done for that dish. So that's all the components for the dish done. Now it's time to plate it up. So to start, we have the crab salad. So this is all the real chunky claw meat that we broke down before. We put some little dots of orange and timu pepper gel. And then we cover that with an orange tuile. On top of that, we put some cress of apple marigold. The crab toast, we top that with some fresh pike raw. So it has like a little smoked flavour to it. Again, we put the orange and timu pepper gel on top of that and some fresh marigold on top of that. So then to finish the dish, we pour a little crab bisque, a sabayon of orange and browned crab, and that just gets zested with some fresh clementine tableside and some timu pepper and just gets served alongside the crab dish. A salad of Cornish cock crab with marigold and clementine, a brown crab custard with clementine and timu pepper, and we have a crab toast on the side served with a sabayon of crab. So I just literally put it in a piping bag. Nice consistent shape when we come to roll it. We literally just balancing them like that, nice and tight. Reserve that later on for to be wrapped in cavolo nero. The venison itself has been salt aged. This is Scottish venison. We put a boning knife straight through to give you a little insert, and what I do then is I kind of use a maurice to allow myself a little bit of manoeuvre and insert the sausage. So this is the venison sausage that we made earlier. We've wrapped it in the blanched cavolo nero, and then we'll backpack it like that. And we're going to sous vide it at 62 for approximately 25 minutes. We cook it to a probe, we bring it to exactly 52 degrees, let it rest, and then finish it off in the pan. So this has been proved overnight now. This has had the 20, so you can see there's a lot of fermentation and a lot of bubbles that's been created. So now we're just going to bake them in a really hot oven. So we preheat the oven to 300 and we drop it down to 250, and we're going to bake them and see how they turn out. Before we go in, we go liberally with olive oil and with molten sea salt over the top. So it's like classic focaccia kind of flavours. 100% humidity, and then that's for 4 fan. We're going to bake them for 8 minutes. Yeah, so that's the focaccia out. So what we'll do now is we'll just let them sit in the moulds to cool down a little bit, and then we'll take them out and we'll just regen them back through the oven for service, as simple as that. The venison itself, we brought it to 52 degrees in the bath. We get a really nice hot pan. We want like a really quick sear. We're not going to leave it in the pan for too long, otherwise it will go grey. And then literally very quickly with some aromat. Leave that to rest. And so we have a gratin of cavolo nero. We're going to put some herbs in a pan, smashed garlic, a little bit of rosemary. And we're not necessarily searing it, but I just want it to sit in the aromatic butter, just so it takes on a bit of flavour and just starts to warm through. And because of the egg yolk in the recipe, basically the mornay just sort of brulees and sets over the top. A little condiment of quince. We also have a quince puree. A puree of caramelized swede, the gratins. And the last is a quince puree, again that's been cooked in red wine and port. And then last on the plate is obviously the venison. And then we make a beautiful venison sauce. And there we have it. So we have Scottish venison stuffed with smoked and spiced sausage of sumac and Aleppo, cavolo nero gratin, blue cheese, caramelized swede and quince.